Hi, I'm Andrew Bell, and this is my 4-minute comment for today, Wednesday, the 23rd of March. And my comment today is going to be on Donald Trump, why it is that he's so popular. And I forecast from the beginning that he would be popular, so perhaps I can explain why I thought this would be the case. There are two reasons. First is that in the conservative movement in America, call it the Tea Party, call it conservatives, call it the right, there are two strands, and one is the patriotic strand, which with a harder edge you can call nationalism, and the other is what you call conventional conservatism. And the conservative strand is also divided. There are people who are economic liberals or who in foreign policy are neoconservatives on the one hand. On the other, there are old-fashioned conservatives who probably take a more Kissingerian approach to foreign policy and a more traditional paternalist approach to domestic policy. But the nationalist or patriotic strain is much stronger because if you're like Ted Cruz, a sort of economic conservative, your appeal to Democrats is almost nothing. If you're a neoconservative in foreign policy terms, your appeal to Democrats is really probably limited, partly because they're not interested in these things. If you're a patriot, your appeal to Democrats and to the old-fashioned working class or industrial worker base, the blue-collar vote, can be quite extensive. And I think Reagan proved that. Now, on the right, they know they can't get everything. They know they can't get nationalism or patriotism and conservatism, not in their pure forms. But when push comes to shove, people will always go for nationalism because it has much deeper roots, it appeals to far more people, it's got cross-country, cross-party support. Therefore, what's happened is that Trump, by tapping into this and making it the focus of his campaign, has appealed not merely to a lot of the Tea Party and the right, peeling them off from pure conservatism, but he's also appealing to a lot of Democrats, particularly in the North. And that means that in the end, nationalism has trumped conservatism. The second reason that Trump has done well, and I'm fairly sure about this, is that he's a television personality. Now, most people can't name any politicians except those at the very first rank. When Ed Miliband, for example, became leader, people didn't know what to think about him. It took them time, but once they formed their view, it was very hard to change it. The same thing with David Miliband. When the public became aware of him, if at all, eating a banana, that formed an image of him. And that was really often, this can be unfair to a politician, but it's the way it works. In the case of Trump, he'd been running a television program for 14 years. People thought they knew him. Far more people than most politicians have been watching that. It's more like being a manager of Manchester City or something. A lot of people know who you are. People form a view about you. They think they know you. In the case of Trump, therefore, it didn't matter what gaffes he supposedly made in the early days of campaigning. And of course, he made some because he's not a professional politician, which is part of his appeal. It didn't matter because it wouldn't change people's view of him, because it was too deep-rooted. Now, that may change now because he's up now going against Hillary Clinton, probably. He's going against Cruz, certainly, and it's becoming more serious. People will gradually forget him as a television personality and focus on him more as a politician. This could be a weakness. It could, on the other hand, be that he continues through. But the fact that he has reached this stage so far is not at all surprising. And it would be dangerous for people to underestimate his appeal going forward, particularly to those in the traditional industries in the north and center of America who feel that their jobs have been exported to China or to Mexico.